Hi, I'm Larry Macarenda, and welcome to this edition of Excelsior Forum and Profiles. Every once in a while, we take our cameras out and visit with the small business owners. This year was a little bit different. Being president of the Longwood Chamber of Commerce, we actually give out some awards to small business owners around the town. Let's take a look at some of that footage.
Superstar Beverage, on behalf of the Forum Civic Association, we'd like to present this certificate of appreciation to Superstar Beverage for your commitment to the community and your service to the community to make Forum a great place to call home. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
On behalf of the Longwood Chamber of Commerce for longevity in the business, proud to award you with this certificate. You have any words about?
Of course, thank you so much. Appreciate the recognition and the hard work that went into it, and appreciate what the association has done, and in recognizing our hard work that we put in, not just in the business but in the community. And again, it's holding good memory and appreciation.
And how long have you been in the business?
Well, we've been in the business here going on 31 years. So it's a multi-decade process, and thank God that we've succeeded. Huh? Okay, it doesn't come without hard work.
31 years is a long time, and,
All right.
and congratulations once again.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Larry, and all the hard work you've done, especially in recognizing these awards. Okay. Thanks.
Neil from Superstar and Quorum, I'm proud to give you this award for service to the community for all the years that you've been in here, all the organizations that you've helped, from fire departments to other people who needed help, your donations and everything else like that. Thank you from the Longwood Chamber of Commerce. I do appreciate it.
We're happy to help. Been in the community for over 30 years. I grew up in the beer business, so helping is one of the things that we're here to do every day. You know, we're part of the community. Our roots have been here. My kids will be here, so hopefully, 30 more years to come.
So you got yeast and hops in your blood then, huh?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Well, congratulations once again. I'm with Zach and Michael Jordan from Superstar Beverage and Quorum, and I'm very proud out of the tons of businesses that we have out here that Superstar Beverage's commitment to the community and customer service, you guys are in #1, top 3. And I want to thank you, Mike, for all your years of service here, and your son Zach for helping everybody out during the holiday season, and actually all during the year, who didn't know which beer to buy or which thing to get. They got a full history on beer. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Appreciate it. It's been a pleasure serving the community. A lot of great people.
You, Mr. Zach?
Thank you for the award, and customers keep us going. Everybody's weekends and plans keep our weekends going.
Yes. That's great. Again, congratulations to both of you. Well-deserved award for you. Superstar Beverages and Quorum.
On behalf of the Quorum Civic Association president, who couldn't be here today, we'd like to present the certificate of appreciation to EM Custom Flooring and Installations, aka Accent Flooring, by the name on the building. Thank you very much for your dedication to the community, your business, and making Middle Island a great place to live and a place to call home.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the Longwood Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to present you with this Longevity Award for being one of the longest running businesses out here on the East End and Middle Island area. And thank you for all your commitment to service. Thank you so much. As president of the Longwood Chamber of Commerce, I'm proud to present you this award for service to the community for the past 40-something years, I believe it is. And thank you again from the community of Longwood and the Middle Island area. on behalf of the Longwood Chamber of Commerce for outstanding customer service to the community, and we've gotten so many great stories about you guys, about your flooring, your installation, doing a great job, especially for all these years. Thank you so much from the Longwood community. So Wayne, why flooring? Why insulation? Why Middle Island? Why this area?
So, my grandfather, by the way, Scott is the fourth generation Kogel in the business. We've been around for 3/4 of a century. Why Middle Island? It's a place that was quiet, and 80 years ago there was nothing but farmland going on here. And I remember the stories of my father and grandfather driving Jericho Turnpike when it was just a dirt road, coming to work every day. And it was just incredible what they did and how they developed a business. But I also want to just say that I want to thank the Civic Association and the community of Middle Island, who, you know, after all these years have helped us grow and really, you know, made us what we are, you know, and I just want to thank them. We've been entwined in the fabric of this community for ever, basically, you know, for 100 years or so. And this is our roots, and we always give back to the community, as people will tell you here. And that's the way we feel.
And now, Scott, you're a fourth generation here, and describe some of the stuff with the work that you do for people who may not know.
Sure. So fourth generation, no pressure at all. But yeah, so when it comes to hardwood flooring, we supply, install, and finish hardwood flooring. We have unfinished, we have pre-finished. We do rubber floors, vinyl floors, laminate floors. You name it, we try to get it done. You know, we worked all across the island. Our showroom is here in Middle Island, where you can come in, you can see all the products that we sell as well. And you know, if you just have a question about flooring, we're here to help and point you in the right direction. So.
Now, what about insulation? You guys do insulation also?
Sure. So we have a sister company called Radiant Drywall and Insulation, where we do insulation in one facet, and then drywall. Now, on the insulation side, we do spray foam, batt insulation, cellulose, and then on Radiant Drywall side, we do the drywall, drop ceilings, etc.
So one call does it all?
We try to be a one-stop shop, but and if we can't do something for you, we'll put you towards someone who can.
Now, many people in the community have said that your flooring place, they've been able to find flooring that you won't see anywhere, you won't see in the big box stores. It's very like personalized stuff, so if people were doing their home, didn't want it to look like anybody else's house, this is basically the place to come, right?
Yeah, and I credit that to the long history of the family and the company. We've been able to make relationships over the 70, 80, 100 years that we've been around, all across the nation, and you know, through those relationships we're able to get products or materials that might not be available to some other customers, so some other companies, excuse me.
No, I've looked around the showroom and I can't believe what I see. I've never seen any of this type of flooring like this before. So I guess, do you work with the owners of these buildings and the houses that they want to come in when they want something to match their walls and everything else like that? So you do have like a mix and match type of thing with them?
Absolutely. We try to keep it as simple as possible, which is hard when you have all these options, but the simplicity and the ease of it, that's what we try to bring to the developers, the architects, the designers, and the homeowners.
So when a homeowner comes in and says, my walls are green, I need a floor, you can match up and show them what would look good.
We do our best. You know, if need be, we'll make samples for the person. You know, we will go to their house, we'll lend them samples. It's everyone has a different appetite, so we try to customize it as best we can. We do as much as we possibly can to keep the business going within this community because we love it here. So.
And I also want to say that everybody here who is here today and who's with the company is a family. And that's how we treat our business, as family. And if you go around and asking, everybody here has been 45 years, 35 years, and they started here as youngsters, and they'll be here till retirement. And that says something about, you know, us and what we do and how we feel about our employees.
Yes, you're notorious for your customer service, and that was the reason why Lower Chamber gave you the award today. Plus, you're over 40 years in business, and the thing is that
a lot longer.
Yes, everybody had nothing but good things to say in the community about coming here, dealing with the staff behind the desk. Neil especially, who needs special kudos out there.
He's extremely knowledgeable on basically every type of wood. Neil has been doing this for 35, 40 years. And he has the relationships with the mills. And yeah, he's the one who actually steers the showroom.
And with all the other employees that you have here, everybody, they were asked to give a ranking on stars. Not one person gave below 5 stars for you guys.
That's great.
And that's how
And we love to hear that.
you made it to the top, and you beat out another 35 businesses that were in the area. So as I close up here, you have anything to say to future customers or to the community?
We're here, and we'd love you to come in. There's no pressure on buying. We just love to talk to people, and really that's it. Scott, do you have anything?
No, we enjoy being here. We look to grow with the community as the community grows, and we thank everyone for making this happen. So
And our success.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I wish you guys another 40 years, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks.
Also, a major problem that's starting to hit all the fire departments is the lack of volunteers. We had an interview with a couple of fire people to see what they had to say about it. Let's take a look. The thing is, Bill, there's a shortage of volunteers right now. It's not just one fire department, it's everywhere. Now, to let people know about volunteering, you've been a volunteer for how long?
I've been a volunteer for 48 years.
And 48 years ago, Billy, what made you decide to go into the fire department?
You know, believe it or not, my friends were in the juniors and played them in a game of softball. And I never wanted to be in the juniors. I did a great job against them. They wanted me to join the fire department. I've loved it ever since. It is a great, great organization. It's a military organization. We've got to follow rules. Back then, everybody wanted to be a firefighter. I mean, back then we all did it for nothing. Now this year, now you get a little bit low SAP, you get some tax breaks, but we have to get the people involved. And but back then, when I joined, you didn't have to work 2 jobs to survive on Long Island. Your wife has to work also. It's very expensive on Long Island. And we're asking a lot of these young men and women that come in, they got to do firefighter 1, they got to do department drills, they got to do company drills, and you're trying to raise a family. So, you know, it's very, very hard. And, you know, you have to be dedicated. You know, before you join a fire department, I would expect you and ask your family, can you do this? You have to put a lot of time in. You're going to miss birthdays, Christmas, Easter. You know, if you want to be involved, you got to be involved 100%. You cannot be 10, 20, 30% say, hey, forget it, I'll make the drill the next time. Everybody has to have training, and everybody has to be down there and do what they have to do. You know, I love it, Larry, because when I joined, when you walk down the Port Jefferson Parade, I'm proud when our neighbors see us. They know we're protecting them 24/7. This is not like an organization where you can come and go. We are here. You know, when people call us, they're calling us on their worst day of their life. Whether their house is on fire, whether their loved one needs a medical emergency right away, and it's an honor to be doing this for them.
And the whole thing is being volunteer, you guys are the heroes.
Yes, we are.
And you're respected by the police department, the medical department, I mean, pretty much everybody, because they know you're out there
sometimes risking your life to save a life. And it's not always an easy thing. It may not be for everybody, but there's a lot of rewards to position, isn't there?
Yeah, but the reward is yourself when you feel you've done something good. You know, you're not here to
Self-esteem,
get, right, you're
right?
not here to get pats on the back. But when you do, you know you did a nice job, you saved your neighbor's life. And you see him walking. We just had an instance in Terryville. We saved a guy on the football field. And he came to our department meeting and thanked everybody. You know, this is what makes you want to do this job. You have to want to do the job. You know, it's just not coming for social events. You have to want to do the job. So I recommend whoever joins their department, I said, please, go down with your wife, see what's going on, see if you're able to do it, because a lot of guys join just on a whim. You're costing the districts a lot of money. It's into the thousands now, just to come in, and then you quit 6 months later. That's not good. But it's a great, great organization. I mean, I love it. When I joined in '74, I was just a kid. And it made me into a man that I am today. And I can never thank the fire department enough for that.
And there's a lot of camaraderie and brotherhood that goes along with this
Yes.
fire department.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize that, you know, there's old expression, thick as thieves, all right, brothers in arms, that's really what the fire department is. I don't think there's anybody in the department that you worked with, back I think it was Terryville or just Station.
Yes.
There wasn't anybody that you did not know,
No.
because you get to meet everybody.
Yes.
And sometimes not in the best circumstances,
Yes.
right?
Like I said, it's their worst day when they're calling for our help. You know, but it's a great, great organization. We need more people. I'm pretty sure years ago we were at like 150 statewide for volunteers. Now I think we're down to 80. And it's the times. It's very expensive to live on the island. I mean, I know all our chiefs associations and districts associations are trying different ways how we can get people in to join, because it really is a lot of time. I would not ask you to come down if you don't think you have the time.
Right. And not just that, but these men or women that are coming into the organization with their families, they're saving other families by doing this.
Yes.
They're saving their neighbors. And so it is really a community thing. Okay, if you really care about your community and you really want to do something, you really want to make a difference, I would think the fire department would be number one.
Well, I always look at it like this, Larry. I've always felt this. It's neighbors helping neighbors. That's what we're here for, to help each other. You know, it's just unbelievable feeling when you know I helped a neighbor and you see him and he shakes your hand. And I believe everybody who watches this show, when you are walking, seeing your fire department out there, go tell them thank you very much. Because we are the first responders of the state. Don't ever forget that. We are the number of first responders in the state of New York.
Yeah, and when people pick up that 911, that call's going right to you.
No matter what time it gets the call.
Yeah.
And you talked about women, you have a nice lady who's the chief of the Gordon Heights Fire Department who's put her time in here, and she deserves all the recognition she does. And like I said, this job is for men and women.
So if you had to say to anybody out there who's thinking about becoming a volunteer, what would you tell them?
My thinking is, please go down to your local fire department, speak to your local chief, let them know you're available to help with the ambulance, to help with the fire department. But as long as you know, you should have your family there with you. They should explain to you what you have to do, the time you have to put in. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of rewards. You get the LoSAP, the tax break on your home, but your reward is helping your neighbor.
And, yeah, and so sometimes it's rough on the family, but she knows and respects what you do, and she sees what you do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people forget about the fire department, some of the things that they do, the Santa parades with the fire
Getting
truck.
cats out of trees.
Getting cats out of trees. I mean, there's so many other little things besides the major fires that go on. And it is a really great opportunity.
But-
I'm so glad that I was able to get you.
Thank you, Larry.
And talk to you.
Thank you very much, and nice seeing you.
And maybe in the future we get you back on another show.
That's it.
We're here with Chief Rivers from the Gordon Heights Fire Department, and she has some story. Billy was just telling us about female firefighters, and he also mentioned her. I have to ask you, now as a volunteer, you started off as a volunteer, you're now the chief. What made you decide to go into the fire department?
Well, I've always been a volunteer at heart. I was a Girl Scout, so I know that when coming back from college, I wanted to volunteer and do something that would impact my community. And so at that point, I didn't know that they had another level of adulthood in Girl Scouts. I just knew that the fire department was something that I could do. My family has been in this fire department for a very long time, actually since its inception, so I needed to be a part of this department.
So you're a legacy.
I am a legacy.
Now, how old were you when you first started?
I don't want to tell my age, but I'm a 16-year member, so I would say around 22 years
Okay.
old, yes.
But the training that you had to go through
Mhm.
at 22 years old,
Mhm.
I mean, some people get scared of it and everything like that. How did you take to the training?
I
Push to
took
water, bird to flight, or what?
No, it was definitely different. It was a different type of feeling. Again, in high school, I was an athlete, so I was fine with the intensity of the training. But it was a different style in which, you know, with the pack and having to go through different types of small and enclosures and things like that. That was different for me, but adapting to it was not a problem. Again, being smaller in body shape, I was able to get through some areas that I didn't have to do, you know, a full, you know, reduced profile. So I was okay in some parts, but you know, it was different, but able to do it.
Now, as you were going through the training, and you know, there's always some hard parts of the training, did you have the support of the other members helping you and trying to get you along?
Oh, absolutely. This fire department here, Gordon Heights, the individuals, the men here have been very supportive since day one. You know, the training that I've received here was so helpful, and going through at the fire academy, I had no problem at all. We use a 2-inch line here, so going to the fire academy, I had no problem with the 1 3/4 line. Using that at the fire academy. So the training here and the men and the support that I've gotten here through and throughout have been just instrumental in my going up the ladder and being the chief today. Absolutely.
Now, is it all training just about fires, or do you get medical training too?
I get medical training. I am a certified EMT as well. So, you know, first aid CPR is paramount because, again, most of our calls are medical calls, but absolutely the same fire and medical, we, you know, almost equal itself out. Yes.
Now, you worked yourself up to chief.
Yes.
Were you like a lieutenant before? Or
Absolutely.
You went through the whole chain?
I went through the whole chain, and
Wow.
here we are today.
That's fantastic, because, you know, a lot of people hopefully hearing this story will be inspired by yours.
Mm-hmm.
And you have so much respect from your other firefighters here and from the community. And that's one thing I was just talking with Billy about, was that the respect that you have from your community and the job that you do every day. You're respected not just by the rank and file, regular people, but also by the police and fellow emergency workers. I mean, doctors, hospitals, nurses,
Oh,
you know,
thank you.
which you guys probably unfortunately get to see a lot of. Going into the emergency room, they probably know most of these firemen by first name, right? And it's not an easy job.
No, it's not.
Anybody.
Yeah, but of course, you got to work together, right? And that's the job, working together and supporting one another. So I hope the respect goes, you know, hand in hand. We know that the job is difficult on either side, the emergency room and on our side as a volunteer. So respect is the most important thing, and helping each other out and supporting each other. And that's why I hope that, you know, that respect continues to go.
Now, if you had any words, I just had spoke to Billy, and I asked him the same question I'm going to ask you. If there was people are thinking about volunteering out there who want to join the Gordon Heights Fire Department or any other fire department, what's your words of wisdom? You're basically a superstar. You came up from the ranks from 0 to 30, let's say, all the way up to chief. What would you tell them?
I would tell them that volunteerism is from the heart, first and foremost, and that when you are volunteering, you're doing something that is going to support your community. It's something that is going to that's going to influence others around you. You are helping your family. It's something that is going to help give you a spirit of positivity. It's going to renew your spirit every day. It might not always feel good, but after the job is done, you will definitely get that second wind. It's going to empower you. It's going to impact you in a way in which you are going to know that you are doing something good in life. I just said this about a couple of weeks ago. Volunteering doesn't always feel good, but it's the nature of it that gives you the wind to keep going, the spirit to keep going, because we know that the difficulty in volunteering is something that takes hours. It takes time out of maybe celebrating with your family and doing other things that you want to do. But when you're doing some work that is going to help support someone else that is having a terrible day, like Billy said, you are doing something that is going to help put a smile or put something back in their life that they're not going to ever get back. So being a volunteer is something that is incredible, something that you're not going to not always get paid for in monetary or money, but it is something that you're going to get paid for in love, in kindness, and in heart.
And, you know, on top of all the things that you guys handle, like you said, getting up on the technology. Every time they build a better mouse, you guys have to build a better mousetrap.
Absolutely.
So something that's going to go on fire, you know, and it's like a new thing, like you're saying, the car batteries and stuff like that. In my olden days, back in high school, when teaching about the ABC fires and everything like that, now it's not just, you know, ABC. There's a whole new world of fires and fire equipment that has to be used.
Yes.
And I think me and you were just talking before the interview about some of these robot trucks that they're sending out that firemen can use in really dangerous situations. Is there anything you'd like to say to your other department or your other people that are out there?
Of course. Continue to do good work. Let's continue to work together and continue to love doing what you're doing, and that's volunteering and supporting your communities.
Thank you for your interview.
Thank you.
I hope to bring you back again soon sometime.
Thank you.
Okay. Until next time, I'm Larry Mike Arenda. We'll see you right back here at Excelsior Forum and Profiles. Take care.